Parenting is, without a doubt, the most difficult job in the world. It might be an unappreciative and never-ending job at times. Many mothers are burdened by the responsibilities of having a kid. But when it comes to starting the journey of parenthood, many young people say, "Oh well, no thanks." Stay tuned to find out why so many young people are choosing not to have children. Before we get into the video, don't forget to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure the post notifications are turned on so that you never miss a video from us. Without further ado, let's dive in. What kind of financial situation do you need to be in to feel good about having children? Financial reasons were one of the most frequent reasons why people don't want children, whether it was due to medical expenditures of giving birth or the lifetime financial commitment that having a child requires. Their financial status is one of the key reasons they do not want to have children. Or, more precisely, how much money they wish to save or how much debt they have. Millennials have thousands of dollars in student loan debt and less initial wealth than any prior generation. It makes financial sense to put off having children for at least a few years after graduating from college to pay off loans and establish a profession. Does it, however, make a difference? Children are a significant financial commitment that should be addressed seriously. It's also crucial to remember that as your life changes, you're more than capable of making adjustments and figuring things out. Even with less expensive options, such as thrift store clothes and public schools, raising a child costs tens of thousands of dollars. Yet parents manage to do so by making sacrifices and staying focused on their objectives. Consider what would happen if you applied the same logic to any of your financial objectives. Those who have struggled with various mental illnesses have expressed concerns about having children, fearing that their children will inherit the awful experiences they have had. Having a kid is truly a life-changing experience, and adjusting to it can take some time at first. This could be due to lack of routine, sleep deprivation, or getting to know your baby. Even if some people are theoretically capable of reproducing, having a kid can be detrimental to a parent's health. That could imply that carrying a child through pregnancy is risky, or that having a child can have an impact on someone's mental health. Some adults choose not to have children in order to protect their own well-being. Furthermore, some prospective parents recognize their own health is fragile, and that may not be fair to subject a child to the trauma of losing a parent or dealing with a chronically ill parent. Similarly, genetic testing informs couples about the possibility of passing on a disease or condition to their children, and many people choose not to take that risk if something comes up. Mental health issues impact up to 1 in 5 women and 1 in 10 men during pregnancy and the first year after birth. Only half of new parents, on the other hand, seek assistance. Children complicate relationships, regardless of how fantastic they are. No two people have the same perspective on every circumstance, and adding children to the mix increases the likelihood of conflicts on matters such as childbearing and family labor division. The daily pressures of becoming a parent might be a great formula for relationship conflict due to the increased stress. There is less time and energy to spend on your partner when you have a child, especially a little child who is dependent on you. When your parent fails to meet your emotional or physical needs, it can lead to resentment. As you adjust to being a parent, you must also adjust your relationship. Raising children can be a difficult task. Many of us consider it to be the most important thing we've ever done, so we work ourselves to death trying to be flawless. We don't want to make an irreparable error that will negatively impact our child's growth. You add a strong, unrelenting level of strain to your role as a parent in your quest to be a wonderful parent. In addition, numerous damaging misconceptions about what it means to be a good mom or perfect mom are promoted in our society. These myths aren't true, but if you feel like you're falling short, it can lead to plenty of self-defeating attitudes and beliefs that make things much more difficult for you. This is why many young people decide not to have children. Being a parent is a 24-hour job with little or no time off. There is always something to be done. There are unpleasant and disliked tasks that must be completed in every job. Your child will naturally cry and throw tantrums, and it may appear that they are unhappy despite your best efforts. It is normal for children to exhibit challenging behavior as they grow and develop, but it can be difficult to know what to do when they are acting out and pushing the boundaries. You may miss your job, volunteer projects, time with friends, or your usual gym routine if you gave up an important hobby to make room for being a parent. For the time being, a piece of your identity may have to be taken away. You've taken on a new identity as a parent, but it's common to feel as if the rest of your life has vanished for a while. Jobs take up a lot of time, yet fulfilling careers are difficult to come by. Building a career can take years, if not decades, and many people just do not want to give up what they have worked so hard to achieve. Rather than having children, they choose to devote their time and attention to their jobs. As a result, young individuals sometimes prioritize their careers over their children. Overcrowding and environmental problems were highlighted by some people as reasons to be concerned about rapidly rising population. While there are considerable discussions about whether or not overpopulation is a severe threat to mankind, many young people see it as a valid reason to avoid adding more people to the mix. While it is common to believe that infertility primarily affects older women, some young people have difficulty conceiving naturally. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 11% of married women under the age of 29 have had fertility problems. This may cause some women to rethink whether or not they want a child in the first place. Many people who do not have children like nurturing them in ways other than parenting. Teachers, nannies, and coaches who conduct extra activities spend a lot of time with children during the day. Educators and mentors who are especially good with children shower their students with love and enthusiasm, and they may find that working with children fulfills them entirely. While many teachers have children of their own, others prefer to return home to peace and quiet after a day spent with youngsters. Young people may choose not to have children because they are already caring for others in their lives. It could be an elderly parent, a younger relative, or a partner with health issues. Investing time and energy in caring for others may discourage people from taking on the additional responsibilities that come with having children. There's a lot of adventure to be had, but not all of it is suitable for children. Some young people simply want to travel the world, learn about different cultures, and live as independently as possible. Doing so with children in tow isn't for everyone, and the cost of having children can stop you from realizing your dream. Furthermore, many people recognize that their own wanderlust may not be the healthiest environment for a child. A quiet home, a night out on the town whenever you want, time spent on hobbies, and giving your pets a lot of attention are just a few of the things that individuals may not want to give up in return for the pitter-patter of small feet. That isn't to imply that hobbies and children can't coexist, but the reality is that life changes whether we want it to or not after having children. If your life is excellent as it is, not having a child is a perfectly reasonable decision. The truth is that some people may have desired children, but were unable to do so for a variety of reasons. Perhaps they were unable to care for a child when they were younger, met their partner later in life, or experienced a divorce during the time they believed they would be starting a family. Even when we want it to, it doesn't always happen. If you're wondering why someone close to you doesn't have kids, please don't ask. It's none of your business, and you might be starting a conversation with someone who doesn't want to talk to you. So, that is all for today's video. For more such content, like the video and subscribe to our channel.